So here we have Arella being banned out for the ASUS Fate, very targeted at JLC. Now JLC is considered by many to be the star of the GameX Wargods lineup. He has shown a lot of proficiency on the Arella top laner. When he gets his hand on those carry top laners, he's able to make a lot of work happen onto them. In fact, helping the GameX Wargods take a game off the Bangkok Titans.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. This will be the first time that both teams are actually playing on this patch competitively. Fizz being banned out, we've talked about it earlier. We won't be seeing the fishy fish in the mid lane, but in the event that we do, possibly in game number 2, if any of them decide to lock that one in, we'll talk about the changes that has happened. We both agree that it's real nerfs to Fizz. Orianna being banned out, Rek'Sai being taken away as well from the GameX Wargod side.
Orianna, Casson, LeBlanc, 3 mid laners being banned out by the Wargods, very targeted to his Jinkies champion pool. So previously we saw Assassins being targeted out to his Bangkok Titans G4, and now ASUS Fate Jinky being targeted out by GameX Wargods. First pick, it will be the Jarvan over there. He will not be going for the clarity.
Janna is open as well, so is Sivir. Makes me wonder if the GameX Wargods will be locking that one in.
Also open.
Yeah, it's not going to be the Heimerdinger, guys. A lot of power picks that will be able to kind of be locked in here from both these teams because of the rather interesting ban phase that actually came out of it. Lissandra is a flex pick. We will have the Gnar available. Janna is available as well. Sivir is available, and so is Graves.
I'm almost wondering why teams on the raid side, they don't just ban out the Gnar. Because if they know the opener are capable of going for the Gnar, if they go for the first pick Jarvan, you're almost forced to show a top lane in the form of the Gnar on the raid side in response.
So now that Lissandra has already been locked in here, I think, you know, ASUS Fate may not even decide to lock in Gnar straight up. And this could give GameX Wargods the ability to actually send Lissandra to the mid lane and possibly pick up the Gnar again to deny it.
I know Janna Xerath is really strong.
Yeah.
But the opponents went for the Sivir already, so I feel that this is a little bit of overconfidence coming from ASUS Fate, not showing the Sivir all the respect that she needs. And
but do you really
go for Ari over here?
Want to give the Janna away to the team comp with the Sivir though, because they have not locked in the
it's not the Janna pick. It's not the Janna pick. It's the
Xerath pick.
It's
correct?
The Xerath pick. Because Xerath is a champion. You kind of look at your opponent's composition. Okay, you guys don't have enough lockdown. You guys don't have enough hard engage. We're just gonna pick Xerath and win the game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Here we have Wargods now hovering over the Ari pick. What support will they decide to pick up, or maybe even the jungler here? In the form of Lee Sin. Interesting that they kind of show off their solo laners straight off the bat. Wargods, they do seem that they have a certain kind of composition that they want to run, possibly a lockdown in the form of the Lissandra and the Ari, including the Sivir with a high mobility comp. All these champions can be very mobile and move very quickly across the map.
Definitely indeed, Lee Sin, Ari very stable in the Season 3 meta, and then even in Season 4 when we still see the combination of these champions, the roams to the bottom lane, to the mid lane as well, extremely fast, and now that Ari has the bonus movement speed from a Q as well, additional mobility. So GameX Wargods, I like the team composition, very coordinated. It's about skirmishing, it's about mobility, go in there, pick 1, pick 2, and then disengage away from that.
Definitely. In addition to that here, ASUS Fate now with the Gnar lock-in, or the Gnar Harbor, that should be a lock-in coming in from Akihiko for Shady. Question is, what will Slay decide to pick for himself? Will it be the Ezreal? Graves is open as well. Tristana is disabled for this game. He does lock in the Ezreal. Additional mobility to kind of match the mobility of GameX Wargods. What do you think?
Well, I think in this case, it's not about the mobility for ASUS Fate, because when you play with a Xerath, he kind of demands the attention of the entire team, because it's all going to be about poking now. It's going to be about poking down the GameX Wargods, and this is a question of execution. About how they play around the objectives around the map, and which team has the better control of vision. And I think ASUS Fate, being the Vietnamese team, they have shown us pretty solid vision control throughout the entire tournament. So the onus is now on GameX Wargods to set up their vision game and make use of the fact that they have this very strong pick comp with strong skirmishing power to be able to find the picks onto the squishier targets on ASUS Fate and then disengage away before the force engagement comes in with the Jarvan as well as the Gnar.
Talk about supports and talk about vision. GameX Wargods have one more pick left in hand. Will it be the Thresh? Will it be the Blitzcrank coming in here as well? It will be the Blitzcrank as well. Straight up stronger here, showing a fantastic performance on Blitzcrank in his previous week, I believe, in game number 1, when they kind of played their sister team. pretty sure they did
Yeah,
play their
yes.
sister team. And Stronger was what, 14 out of 14 hooks on consistently throughout the entire game.
I mean, I have to say, I would have preferred the trash break in this scenario because it's going to give you a little bit more presence
Yeah,
in terms of defense.
definitely.
When it
A
comes
bit
to
more
the
utility with the dark passage and everything as well.
in the vision walls. So because trash gives you a little bit more disengage, but the Blitzcrank here is just specifically targeted at the Janna
Yeah.
as well as the Zeref. Because if you can land the hook onto these two champions, it's not about the Astra, because Astra is able to cancel away the hook with the Essence Shift. But the targets here he is looking for is Zeref as well as Janna. These two champions, if you're able to pull them in, you'll be able to burn lots of summoner spells as well as ultimates.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we take a look at both these team comps here. Like you said, a little bit greedy coming out from ASUS Fate, knowing that they already had the Sivir on the side of Wargods. They lock in the Janna and Zeref. And right here, it really seems to me that GameX Wargods, they did come in with a plan, and they are planning to execute it in game number 1. And as you mentioned earlier, before the break started, Wargods need both games in order to qualify out of groups. ASUS Fate is just looking for one. All they need to do is tie this, and they are secured.
If we look at the teams that have qualified to the next round of the GPL, the Vietnamese representation, definitely there. SAJ, SF5, for the Ultimate, and now ASUS Fate looking for qualification as well.
That's right.
So that took 6-9 through to the next round as well.
Yes.
Bangkok Titans representing the Thailand region.
Yep.
Unfortunately for the Indonesians, Jakarta Juggernauts, bottom of Group C,
Yep.
they won't be making it through. And Minaski looked like the great Philippines hope for a moment there. They were able to take points off Saigon Fantastic 5, but now looks like the hope of the Philippines is in the hands of the GameX Wargods.
On the GameX Wargods, you're absolutely right here.
And just to complete the picture, Insidious Gaming Legends already made it through for the Singapore Malaysian scene.
Yep.
Team Fat Rabbit possibly could make it through after tomorrow's games.
That's right. Talk about the last Vietnamese team as well. NFL tied with
HFL, yes,
yeah,
definitely.
HFL.
Everything's still in the balance for
Wow,
those two teams. We have to see what happens tomorrow.
It could be a, correct me if I'm wrong, it could be a complete migration of the Vietnamese teams from the first group stages to the second group stages. Did
could
any Vietnamese team not make it? I mean, outside of the HFL TFR debacle.
This game, ASUS Fate against
that's right.
GameX Wargods.
And this game. So it all rests in the fate of those two games. Can the Vietnamese teams migrate from the first stage of groups to the second stage of groups? This will be one game to look out for. The other game, of course, will be the Team Fat Rabbit game up against the Hanoi Full Lewis squad. Let's run down this team comps once again. Like I said, GameX Wargods here really look to me like they have a solid plan going into this game. High mobility, they got their Sivir, they got the Lissandra, they got the Lee Sin, they got the Ari. Makes me wonder how Ochi kind of adapted to the changes of the Ari. We talked about it earlier in game number 2 between the two squads, of course, the Bangkok Titans and PID Diamond. Ari, with the additional mobility changes, will be able to skirt around. And we take a look at the mid lane matchup here. Zeraf up against Ari. What do you think about that, especially with the changes coming in?
I think in this case, Zeraf has to be very careful with the shocking orb, because if he misses that, Ari will be able to set up for ganks very easily. Just throw the orb of deception, get the movement speed bonus, even if it doesn't hit the Zeraf. Just use the movement speed, rush into the face of Zeraf, drop the charm down, and then you can set up for a jungler very easily.
Yeah, you're right. And we have to see the leveling here from Ochi, his skill order as well, because Foxfire did get a little bit of a buff, and I think that's quite significant, especially in the fact that there's no more kind of cast animation on Foxfire. Doesn't really change your auto attacks, and the targeting acquisition on those Foxfires have changed quite a bit. In addition to that, the charm here taking away that additional damage, giving it a little bit more AP in terms of the scaling.
Here's some solo Q tips. You want to go for the Q first, so that you can get the bonus movement speed as well as the wave here to be able to pressure your opponent early on. So they're able to shove in the wave and have the bonus movement speed kite in and out of your opponent when it's going in for those last hits as well. That's going to help you win the trades. And then at level 2, you want to go, if you're feeling greedy, go for the Foxfire. Because with the Foxfire, you'll be able to win trades even better.
Yep.
But most of the time, level 2 now, the junglers might come for a gank. So you might want to get the charm as a little bit of an insurance.
Yeah,
case.
definitely. We will have to see what Archie decides to go for. We talk about the jungle pressure coming into this game. Lee Sin going up against Jarvan. Mio up against Skill. Who do you favor here in this matchup?
I have to go with the Jarvan. Jarvan is really, really strong jungler at the moment, top tier jungler. However, with the recent changes and to the jungler items, Jarvan's gank routes have been reduced quite considerably. So in this case,
this is a interesting position for us to kind of look at. The champions are not even on Summoner's Rift yet.
I
They've
think
yet to
there's
kind of
some
spawn.
internet issues that we have been running into.
Yeah,
so
there we go.
we're gonna be waiting to resolve those in a little bit. Okay, so GameX Wargods. So there we go. There we go. BYY left the game. Reconnects.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will be able to settle this soon.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the jungle matchups coming in. Jarvan up against Lee Sin. You say you favor Jarvan. Has a little bit more of that, you know, reward in terms of if he manages to land a gank. And I'm looking at the lanes here as well. All lanes, most of the lanes at least, on both ASUS, Fate and Wargods have the ability to kind of follow up with their jungler. Of course, Jarvan is in a much better position because he does have some hard form of crowd control available.
But here's the thing, you can't just look at the Jarvan itself, you have to look at the lane matchups and think about how the gank will be going. So, Miyoyu, you have to see what happens when he ganks the mid lane, the bot lane as well as the top lane. Lissandra against Gnar, you want to be going for a counter gank. In fact, all three of the lanes, you want to be going for counter ganks in this case, because you try to gank the Lissandra, throw out the Frozen Claw, or walk in the other direction. It's quite easy for the Lissandra to be able to juke out both the Gnar as well as the Jarvan in the top lane. And in the mid lane, we talked about it, it's up against the Ahri. Ahri wins trades really well, and if he goes in first, Ahri comes to left the charm, Lee Sin is there for the backup, he ends up with a whole bunch of trouble. Conversely, he wants to be waiting in the back lines and punishing Archie when he tries to punish Jinky for using his cooldown.
Definitely, and Archie here, the moment that speed buff kind of wears down on the Orb of Deception, that's not going to come back up for a while, especially pre-6 here. So you definitely want to abuse that slight window of opportunity for you to actually come in to protect your mid laner, especially since you say, you know, Xerath is a champion that not only brings your team together to focus on him and protect him as much, but also brings the opponent's team's direction as well.
So it is a 5-man group from the GameX Wargods. They want to get some deep vision into their opponent's side of the jungle. They have the Blitzcrank, they're going for this invade. Will they be able to get a hook off onto anyone? The Astro reveals his position by shooting a Mystic Shot. But now GameX Wargods, they're on the hunt with the Piltover Casters Blitzcrank. Will they be able to find anyone?
4 wards in the opponent's jungle here. They do not have a single ward down on their red side map. And right now, every part of the red side jungle from the side.
Oh my goodness,
goes to the flash.
Trading flash to flash. Now Jinky doesn't have the flash in the mid lane.
This is really good for Wargods, I
Definitely. You force the Xerath's flash. Now all he has is the heal. And with Ahri speed boost on the Q, beta the heal, go in, land the charm. And this should be an easy setup for skill.
This is a fantastic play call coming in from Stronger. Noticing that Jinky was in the lane right there. Goes in for the aggressive flash. Yes, burns flash for flash. And right now they have a good 5-minute window to actually gank Jinky from the, let's see, 1.5 minute mark or so.
Definitely indeed. So Jinky, not really sure what he was trying to do there. Not really showing his opponent's Blitzcrank the respect. Just recalling in the middle of the lane in such a manner.
Okay, this is going to go really interesting here. So what we have now is that, if you're just joining us, match number 2, game number 1 between ASUS Fate as well as GameX Wargods. Regular lanes coming in. And we talk about the jungle pressure. We talk about the lane pressure from both these teams. And this is going to be really interesting to watch because everything rides on the line here.
2 seconds.
There
we go. No shield.
There we go.
Who comes in on the heal?
Alright. They're not going to follow up though. So Stronger here just, you know, so far 1 for 2. But that very first Blitzcrank hook in the mid lane was, let's see if it pays off in terms, pays off its dividends, especially if skill can make a successful gank in the mid lane.
So now Lee Sin is going to be completing his raid buff. We have to see if he does make a visit over to the mid lane, but looks like Jarvan wants to take the initiative over here. Are they going to be baiting it? Come on, let's take a look at the mid lane. Hook Wizards in the bottom lane, but the mid lane is where the action is happening. Jarvan waiting the sidelines. Lee Sin is doing the Raptor.
Eye of Destruction coming in. Fantastic charm coming in from Archie here. Stopping Mio right in his tracks, and Archie just keeping calm. Leveling up charm as you mentioned, because at level 2 you may see junglers come in for the gank here. So really good play coming out from Archie, very patient and Stronger once again looking for those hooks.
So skill in this case, he's going to be going for the level 4 gank as opposed to the level 2, and Stronger taking a whole chunk of damage in the bottom lane.
He does still have his mana barrier though.
He did let a nice hook at the start, but GameX Wargods, they're going to be looking for a little bit more over here with this Blitzcrank pick.
It's not going to be easy to actually go in on the Ezreal Janna as well. I mean, Janna does have that passive movement speed bonus at the same time.
That's definitely going to give them a little bit of additional ability to dodge out the hooks coming in from the Blitzcrank. But Nar has an opening over here. Let's see what he's going to be doing. He's shopped the lane into JLC's Lissandra, but looks like he's going to be going for a recall over here.
They're going to go on an aggressive here. VYY taking a lot of damage. Actually, we did see Akihiko earlier land the Howling Gale after dodging out the Blitzcrank hook, signaling the turn of aggression from Slayer and Akihiko. Akiho, sorry. This lane here really interesting.
It's Akiho.
Yeah, it is Akiho.
You gotta drag out it. Oh.
Mio is in that area though. Oh wow, stronger in a whole bunch of trouble. No flash coming out from the Blitzcrank. This should be an easy kill. Skill actually jumping right in onto this one, but first blood going over to Slay.
Now Skill is in a bunch of trouble. Right now he flashes, but that's not really the most effective of ones. He uses Safeguard as well. Here comes the Exhaust as well as the Tornado. One more to attack. Black and Drag goes in, and Mio gets a second kill for himself.
Oh, VYY, you're now in a bunch of trouble. Will they decide to dive this one? Mio is still rather healthy here. They're not gonna dive this one. They will play this out safely. They get 2 kills in the bottom lane. 1 for the jungler, 1 for the marksman.
Jinky Zerf against Ari, doing a pretty fair job on the Zerf over here despite blowing his flash early. Archie not really finding the opportunities to really chunk down Jinky just yet.
Now that window has almost closed here, at about the 6-minute mark, Jinky should have his flash back up already, and this will make any gank attempts in the mid lane a little bit harder. At least Jinky will feel safer.
It's a Zerf. It still is a Zerf.
He will at least feel safer with his flash.
It's not like a LeBlanc where you've got a distortion into flash, and there we go.
Stronger comes in. The aggression that we might see, and wow, look at the amount of damage that we come from JLC, and JLC even makes the roam here. Wargods understand that that window is closing. They send not only their support but their top laner, but unfortunately, of course, JLC getting caught out, being spotted out by a ward in the river here. Signals his position. He takes way too much damage.
So the Zerf going even with the Ari in the lane. They knew that it was a Zerf ready, but Wargods not able to punish at this pick from Jinky just yet. And his passive is going to give him lots of sustain within the lane every time. I do believe every 18 seconds he gets the auto attack down, he's going to get that right out of the Arcane coming out. They try to go for a steal onto the Ray buff or a snipe onto Skill, but they're unable to get it. Instead, he just uses it to farm, gets some harass down to Archie instead.
That's right. The passive from Xerath Mana Surge, as you mentioned, J-Storm, periodically restores the mana over time. Slay here nearly getting hit by the Blitzcrank home, but like I said, Ezreal can easily just kind of break the rocket grab here. Archie getting taken down really low, being pressured down by Jinky. This bottom lane of Slay and Akiho coming in. 10,000 gold here. Slay already getting the tier of the goddess that gets the power fist, gets the Blitzcrank hook. Skill comes in. Akiho really in a bunch of trouble here, but the Sonic Wave was not able to land. They're going to try to turn this one around. Mystic Shot is not going to land. JLC actually getting a kill in the top lane there. BYY forcing the heal out of himself, nearly going down to that final auto attack coming in from Slay. 3 members dive this bottom lane duo, but they came out worse for wear.
I have to say, Skill was definitely lacking his name over there. He went in, it was a very simple matter of landing the Sonic Wave after the Blitzcrank had already set up for him, but he threw it onto minion instead. Very careless play coming from the GameX Wargods. What should have been a kill for them ended up in them blowing their own summoner spells and not getting anything out of it.
You are absolutely right. Hopefully we could see the kill in the top lane, because Shady going up against JLC, of course. It was the Lissandra Gnar matchup, and it's pretty much, kind of even most of the time, and JLC getting a solo kill just kind of shows how good he is on that champion and why he is that star player, as we mentioned before, on the GameX Wargod squad.
Definitely indeed, and we see him getting the solo kill off on the top lane. In fact, just going for the cooldown boots, and I think that's going to be indicating that he wants to be roaming a little bit more in this case, getting the additional mobility, getting the cooldown as well to be able to shove out the wave faster. Oh, huge creep wave in the bottom lane. Not so much action happening at the moment, rather regular laning from both of these teams. Take a look at the middle lane matchup. We all predicted that Ari will be able to do badly against Xerath in the middle lane, but we see Xerath, in fact, having a slight CS lead over Archie's Ari over here.
I also want to kind of mention the little bit of vision control coming in and where the vision is being placed. A few defensive pink wards on the side of the red side jungle from ASUS Spade. Dragon vision control going over to the side of Wargods with that pink ward as well as the little ward in the stealth ward in the Dragon Pit. And then we have some defensive wards coming in from ASUS, from Wargods in the top side of the map on their own red side jungle here. JLC just wants to be really careful here, and there we go. He gets completely frozen. Shady will be able to get, no, he does not get away from this one. JLC with a flash auto attack. Mio here coming in with the counter kill on the skill. Can he get away from JLC though? It is going to be the root that, oh, there we go. Flag and drag combo, Mio able to get out of that one. We did see both mid laners actually start the roam as well. Archie gonna get hit by the Arcano Pulse from Jinky, who already has his blue buff.
Barely getting Mio in range of the ring of course. That would happen disastrous if JLC was able to get that one. They went in for the gank on the list on the Gnar. In the end, it was a 1-for-1 exchange. I have to say JLC though, 2-0 on this instance of Ricky. They have what it takes carry his team. In fact, going for the home guts as well. He definitely wants to set up for this teleport plays. I have to actually feel this early in the game, if you're going to upgrade your boots, just go for the distortion. Get the bonus cooldown on your flash, and the teleport, you get a small movement speed bonus as well.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe they want to set up for a dragon play here, especially with the teleport home guards possibly. We will have to see what Wargods decide to do stronger actually in that brush there, the bush of death that's been guarded by a pink ward. The vision ward will be able to kind of tell him that, hey, ASUS Fate has no vision in that area whatsoever.
In fact, Mo actually have a good line of pink wards outside that one, so you have a very good line of vision covering most of the paths this turn would take into the mid lane. So that's actually just a cover for Jinky and Sid. So they're going to be dropping some wards in the brushes over there, so they're going to figure out where ASUS Fate has dropped the pink ward. They're going to be trying to clear up some.
They've cleared out one. Mio here is going to clear out that little bit of vision there. Pops down, pops his sweeping lens as well. Ooh, skill actually jumps right in for that one. Jumps out immediately here. Stronger, not being able to predict where Jinky decides to dodge to. Misses his rocket grab way off. Dragon is still a huge focus for both these teams. JLC has already made his roam down. Shady actually going back to the top lane, deciding otherwise. Archie has been able to get a pick onto a keyhole here, possibly while he was clearing out that ward. And right now, we will have Wargods starting on this Dragon. ASUS Fate now have to react to this little play.
Keyhole isn't there just yet. JLC tries to go for the AD carry. Leia skips away from that one as the shifting top flash still available for him.
There we go. We will see the Riot King come on. Mio jumping right on in. He will have his Cataclysm available. Jumps out to Stronger. Stronger just barely surviving with less than 100 HP. Everyone from Wargods hightailing it out of there. They get one kill, get a pick onto a keyhole, and get the Dragon. And right now they are just about even in goal. Only 300 separates both these teams. 5% addition, 6% additional bonus attack damage and magic damage on the Dragon's might there.
Archie being chunked down. Oh, look at the damage coming from the Zerf. Morello Nomicon completed already by Jinky's Zerf. 2 shots coming from him, and Archie's at half health.
Yeah, that's right. They might try to break this mid lane turret here. They have Shady, they have Akiho, they have Jinky now. They're gonna slowly whittle this one down. Only Stronger and Archie actually available to defend this with that rocket grab down. They're gonna try to continue to auto attack this turret. That's gonna come back up in a few more seconds for Stronger. And right now, the pressure coming out from ASUS Fate in the mid lane is quite strong. They want to get an objective after giving away a Dragon.
Definitely indeed. So both the goal scores rather even. Wargods doing a fine job of holding up ASUS Fate. But up against the Zerf composition, you don't want to go even.
Wow, look at this dive onto Jinky. And then we see the heal come out. Jinky does get taken out by JLC. Not before he gets taken down under the turret as well. They tried to dive that one as cleanly as possible. But we did see the Monsoon from Akiho push back JLC right under the turret aggro as well. And, you know, they trade 1-for-1 in the mid lane. Shady in the top here, trying to deal as much damage as possible. Slay coming in, all his own in the bottom lane, pushing out VYY. And in the mid lane, of course, we will see Akiho as well as Mio here. Oh, gets the grab onto Mio, but they're not able to do all too much onto this mid lane here. The mid lane down to about a fifth of its HP. ASUS Fate just pressuring all the lanes now.
So what I was saying was ASUS Fate, they're doing a great job of splitting 1-3 and when they're picking up from all over the map because that's what they want. They don't want to be grouping and fighting. They're going to be wanting the Xerath to scale up. They want the Astro to scale up, and when those champions hit their power spikes, then that's when they want to be using the poke against the GameX Wargods.
There we go, the first turret goes down. This is going to be a little bit of a monetary spike coming out from the ASUS Fate squad. They're going to clear out both the bottom lanes, the mid lane, and the top lane outer turret bit by bit, and this will give them that huge amount of gold spike that they might want to swing in terms of an objective, possibly the next dragon.
JLC, the 3-1-1 Zhonya's Hourglass on the way, I believe. He has to finish Codex as well. I do believe he has the full 40% cooldown reduction at the moment. Now he's going to go for the recall. Whoa, stronger.
Slay here in a very dangerous position. Barely enough mana to pull off the Arcane Shift. He kind of held that one to the last minute. And makes me wonder if Stronger actually could have gotten the kill there if he landed the rocket grab, because he did have
He definitely would have. He had
he had his Ignite as well. And you are absolutely right. JLC here actually going with the 28.75 cooldown reduction stat here. Not the full yet. So once that Morellonomicon's been picked up, that should be the full.
Are they going to go for Akio? He drops Swords. Did they get him? Stronger seemed to be out of mana.
Yeah. That was a really awkward claw there as well. This time the Wargods are looking to siege this mid lane turret coming out from ASUS Fate, but hey, ASUS Fate have the response here with the wave clear from Jinky as well as the Eye of the Storm from Akiho.
So we're looking at about 24 minutes.
Oh, Rite of Arcane coming in. JLC!
Oh,
whoa.
the JLC, but it still survives.
Yeah.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Top lane turret going down for ASUS Fate. The mid lane turret should go down as well, as predicted. Huge gold swing coming over to ASUS Fate right now. About a 3,000 gold lead in favor. This should be allow them to complete some of the major items that they might need. Going back with about 900 to 1,000 gold on the junglers as well as the solo laners now.
I mean, in this case, GameX Wargods, they knew that the composition was to group lots of group early, set up for the Lissandra, home against TP, find the fights that they're looking for, and then try to take the game and snowball it out of control so that ASUS Fate is unable to recover. But however, you haven't really been setting up for that to be happening. You haven't really been taking the map control just by having all these factors fall into place.
Yeah, there we go. We will see the minion waves clear out there, and Slay as well off to the side, putting in some pot shots in terms of his mystic shots here. Stronger looking to pick up the grab there, but JLC will have a response in terms of the top lane turret. So one turret going to Wargods Dragon in another 45 seconds. This is going to be a huge power spike as well coming from the ASUS Fate squad if they can fight around or inside the Dragon Pit, especially the amount of poke damage that can come out from Jinky and Slay, as well as the initiation potential coming out from Shady and Mio.
I would actually think they do not want to fight at the Dragon Pit itself. They want to just set up around the Dragon Pit and catch ASF, ASUS Fate when they go in to contest the objectives. Oh, but here comes Mio in the bottom lane.
Oh, goes for the dunk actually with the aggressive flash. He does get hooked in. Mio Yu here going down, and this might open up a great thing coming out. And Shady here completely missing out on his Gnar ultimate. There we see the Frozen Tomb and tomb down the Mega Gnar. He's going to turn back into Mini Gnar now. And Archie coming out from the side. Rite of Arcane hits 1, hits 2. But Shady, you're not going to survive. The Orb of Deception is going to land. The snipe coming out. JLC does get taken down. However, I believe this should possibly be a free dragon coming out from Wargods. Are they going to take it though? I'm not entirely sure. Slater actually playing and running interference in the middle and forcing Wargods to actually go back here. So ASUS Fate now just able to ascertain the control over the dragon area alongside killing off the Scuttle Crab, of course.
Stronger wasn't really available for that one because the Blitzwing was just way too low. Low on health, low on mana, and he was forced to take space. So ASUS Fate, they knew it was 2 and 3, they stuck around, and they're being rewarded for the dog.
Skill is actually around the corner here. Will he decide to kind of play it sneakily a bit? I don't think that's going to be the case. second dragon of the game, going over to ASUS Fate. They're going to tie it up 1-1 in terms of the dragon buffs.
3,000 gold for the ASUS Fate team. JLC still farming up in the top lane over here. They sacrifice the dragon and see what else they will be able to get in exchange. 3 stars for the ASUS Fate team. All auto towers down already, and Wargods, they picked up one for themselves in the top lane. Are they going to be a Kashmiri over here? Come on, Stronger.
Oh,
just
there
go
we
for
go.
it. Not a whole bunch of trouble.
Shady jumping right in. The Cataclysm coming out. Shady will have his Mega now available. It's going to whiff completely. And what's going to whiff? It is going to be that true shot barrage. Round of Kane coming out once, going up twice. Stronger. Will he get hit by the third one? There we go. He does not get hit by the third one. Mega Nar is available. Jumping on in. Will have the ultimate available right now, but everyone from Wargods actually going to walk away from this fight.
The ends up as a 1-for-1 trading jungler for jungler. Wargods, you have to be worried for them because they want to fight in a situation where they are favored. They're going for this big composition, strong skirmishes in the small areas and the confines of the jungle. But ASUS Fate, they were able to go even in that despite being the team that wants to be staying within the lane and just poking away at their opponents.
Yeah, this is quite troubling here for, as you said, Wargods. Archie actually doing quite a good job of positioning and trying to get as many of those kills and the charms landing. We saw that gank with that one charm at level 2. In addition to that, Slay here, 3-0 and 1. He's in a pretty good position now with that Manamune as well as the Trinity Force.
Geo spots out his opponents over here. They drop the ward. Are they going to be going for the blue buff steal?
There we go.
The answer is
Jinky
no. Jinky secures
gets it.
his own
Yeah.
blue buff. And now Xerath, he's going to have the blue buff. The Ari is going to have a very difficult time laning in the mid lane.
Yeah, in addition to that, Rabadon's death cap already completed on the
My
side of
goodness.
Jinky. Archie still has yet to pick up that item.
I do believe he is close as well, but he elected to go for the Sorcerer's Boots instead.
Yeah, this is Archie here actually sitting on 200 gold, so that's gonna take some time before he completes his Rabadons. As you can see,
the mid lane.
666, and wow, he gets deleted with the mobility of the composition from Wargods. This is gonna be one turret down. Can they take a second turret in the mid lane here? That's gonna be the minion wave unavailable, but the wave here is gonna be strong. In between the Orb of Deception, the bouncing blades, as well as the boomerang blade.
The Wargods making the plays finally to get the kills that they need. They pick up the mid lane also turret for themselves, convert into an objective. Now ASUS Fate, like I said, they're looking for 24 minutes. That's when the champion should be hitting their major power spikes. The Manamune will become the Maramune. Trinity Force already completed for the Astro. I was a little bit surprised. Usually we see them going for the Rune King in this situation.
And the Muramana almost completed their 710 stacks already, so that's gonna change very soon. Slay here, we should see it evolve, or the item evolve. I was about to say, you're gonna see the item evolve right in front of our very eyes, but we're gonna go to a pause here, of course. Probably some internet, actually a mouse problem coming out from Stronger here on his Blitzcrank, so possibly change of his peripherals a little bit. That's gonna take some time, and we will resume into this game. Let's take stock, J-Storm. What has happened 22 minutes mark, and what's going to happen for ASUS Fate and Wargods from here on in?
Wargods have a very strong skirmishing composition. They have the Sivir, they have the Ari, Lee Sin, Blitzcrank. Lissandra just committed to the pick composition. They want to go in, skirmish with ASF, pick up 1 or 2 of the members, 3 if at best, and then after disengage away from the rest of ASUS Fate and translate that lead into an objective. So here we go back into the game. So Wargods, they have been able to execute the plan successfully once or twice, but ASUS Fate, they're proving to be a stronger team in this case, because despite having an unfavorable situation, every time Wargods forces fights onto them, most of the times they're able to come out. Even in that one round, Yakin comes out. Is he able to juke it all with a Spirit Rush? And the answer is yes. Akio tries to go in with a few more auto attacks. Charm goes and onto him.
Wow,
Rush.
so close, and the Zephyr comes in. The auto attack is enough. Akiho actually picks up the kill onto Archie here by giving away his life. Cataclysm comes right on in. Drag Slay right down. However, we will see Jarvan get entombed. And there we go. Wow, Drift the mobility coming in. Slay dodging out that one as well. VYY coming in close here. Mega now will be available. Will we see the stun
Is that
come
number
out?
3?
And there we see the Hyper coming in. Doesn't even need the Mega Gnar form. Sometimes the Mini Gnar gets the job done as well. And with the Ace coming in from ASUS Fate, this is going to be the mid tier 2 turret going down.
Are they gonna be going for the next one here?
I don't think so.
GameX Wargods. This is the point of time you have to start feeling very worried for them because the items are starting to come in, and Muramana completed on the Astro already. 5-0 and 3 Trinity Force Muramana, tons of damage, killing champions.
Last
starting
Whisper
to
as well
scale
just
up.
got completed.
Needlessly large, where all these major items are coming in because they were able to get so many kills. The window has become a lot shorter for the GameX Wargods, and I have to feel it's time's up.
My worry as well is that we have yet to see us ASUS Fate actually go in with the all-out team fight. They have not shown that ability just yet.
They don't need to do that.
They don't exactly. They
need to
don't
do that.
have to. And Wargods here, like you said, on a timer, and this timer might have just expired already. Dragon coming up in another 45 seconds. ASUS Fate looking to set up around the Dragon Pit area at the 24-minute mark.
I mean, as much as you can see Jarvan and 9, oh, the Narvan combo is so strong. You go in there, engage onto your opponents, and absolutely destroy them.
Unnecessary.
The truth is, yeah, if you have the Seraph, you
And
have the
Ezreal.
Astro,
Exactly.
just go for the poke, let it poke from the back lines, and use the Gnar. The Gnar ultimate doesn't even have to hit throw. Just use it to push your opponents away. Janna ultimate, reset the fight, and the Jarvan ultimate, lay down the terrain, stop the Silver from engaging in.
Continue to just disrupt your opponent's engage potential and poke with your Xerath, with your Ezreal. This is ASUS Fate just understanding the interactions between both these team comps, and despite this, you know, Wargods here still not giving up. They have taken down the 3rd turret of the game, putting themselves back
I would
on at
love
about
to see them go for
1.5
Baron
thousand
here.
gold.
I would love to see him go for Baron. Come on, Wargods.
They're just going to pick up the Scuttle Crab. They still don't know that there's actually a ward there under ASUS Fate's control. And right now, ASUS Fate marching up the mid lane. Shady does not have his teleport, so he's going to stick with his team. Mio is off to the side, actually, gaining control of the blue side jungle of Wargods. They're possibly going to make a rotation down to the bottom.
So now ASUS Fate moving into the opponent's jungle.
That's one ward. Are you going to spot
wards.
it
Oh,
out?
they don't see the pink ward. Are they going to
No.
see it?
No, there we
Oh,
go.
there we go. Akio sees the pink ward.
5-man push down the middle, though.
Very fast
Wargods
response
here.
coming
This is
from
going
the
to be a
Wargods.
really quick one. They have a minion wave, a cannon minion wave as well. Sivir is in the back foot. Let's see how fast Aces. Oh, True Shot Barrage completely whiffing there. That was just a little bit weird. But there we go. This turret is going to go down really quickly, putting them up even in terms of turret score and very even nearly in terms of the gold score as well. Only 1,000 gold separates these two teams. Mio looking to get a flag and drag into the Cataclysm. JLC does not have his claw, uses the Ring of Frost to come out in. The Eye of Destruction, or not the Eye of Destruction, but the Rite of Arcane now. And there we see the Monsoon using to kind of disengage the fight. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Wargods, picking up both Akiho as well as Mio. This is quite favorable for the side of the Wargods, but they need to respond to this push coming in from ASUS Fate as well in their very own bottom lane.
I felt like that was just too over-eager from ASUS Fate. They felt that, oh, we've hit a power spike, let's just go. Go, engage into them. But here's the problem, you're playing a poke position, and when you have a poke composition, just stand back, lay back, and let Jinky and Slay do their work.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And right now, you just saw that if they decide to go all in, and that wasn't even a Narvan combo, that was just, you know, Jarvan jumping right in, Akiho trying to use the Monsoon to disengage for his team, putting them in a very precarious position and unable to actually follow up here. If GameX Wargods actually decide to siege, Jinky and Slay can stand on the back, try to put down as much poke as possible and push them away from objectives.
So GameX Wargods making some rotations around the map. Looks like they want to be picking up this bot lane turret for themselves. It's going to be uncontested.
Oh, yeah, I think it's going to be
7
uncontested.
minutes. A
No
little bit hard
response
to
at
hold
all.
to this one.
Yeah. Question is, will they hold on to the tier 2?
Oh, will they use Baron for this one? But looks like ASUS Fate isn't really in position to punish this one just yet. They're moving back around to follow to the tier 2.
Slay. Are you going to take the long way around though? The claw coming in. Whoa, JLC. Showing a little bit of the interactions with the terrain there, putting his claw right through the terrain, knowing that he'll end up on the far side of the wall coming in. So take notes, guys, how to use the glacial path on your Lissandra.
Now the rest of ASUS Fate, they have responded to this push from the GameX Wargods. They put it down to the bottom side. They're just playing a very reactionary game at the moment. Looks like they want to let the Zeref complete the Zhonya's Hourglass first before they go for the next major team fight.
It's still quite a ways away, sitting at about 1,000 gold now and only the needlessly large rod, so that's going to wait for about
Another 600 gold.
About 600 gold, you're absolutely right. And right now, ASUS Fate looks like they want to make a move. Elixir of Iron completed on the Mio, and he will lead the charge up this middle lane here. The siege power from Slay as well as Jinky going to be quite strong. They're going to make the rotation down onto the top side of the map as well. Place down a few wards, steal a few jungle camps, and there we go. No wards actually being placed here for the side of ASUS Fate. Wargods actually not telegraphing that play at all and decides to march up the mid lane. They should lose this turret quite handily here, but they want a fight. The claw comes on in. JLC getting knocked down. The exhaust, he gets bursted down. No Zhonya's, no ultimate. Archie gets taken down here. ASUS Fate are in position to close out this game as well and get the ace here. And the aggressive flash coming out from Slay. Arcano Pulse, double kill for Jinky. Slay with his kill on the board as well. That's going to be a 4-for-0 trade. They're going to pick up this inhibitor turret. They look like they want to close this game.
Number 7 into the second round of the GPL.
Will they be able to do it? 15 seconds left on Archie's respawn timer. JLC still has his Zhonya's as well as his ultimate.
Can he keep the dream alive? That's the first turret. Second turret going down.
Nexus now.
The Nexus. That is going
Home guards available. Do we have anything of a miracle? No, that is it. ASUS Fate wins game number 1 and secures themselves the GPL spot.
Congratulations to them. A rather clean victory. Playing things slow, 1-3-1. Just farm up, get up our core items. And then when we hit a power spikes, turn it around, go for the Astro, let the Zeref do his thing. And then, GameX Wargods, the window just simply closed for them.
Yeah, I have to say Slay and Akiho played really well in that bottom lane, knowing how to kind of play around the cooldown stronger and go with the aggressive against VYY, especially since, you know, Ezreal can easily dodge out a lot of those boomerang blades. And Slay 7-0-6, fantastic job he has done all game long.